Yo, what's poppin', people? It's Dante. Currently thinking about my process and photography, and this idea I have about, you know, the snapshot and photographing in a very new way for me. You know, for the past many years, photographing with lots of intention, making photographs as a way for me to almost impress myself, if you will, where I would come home and look at the photographs and find that you know, I'm looking for something more extravagant each time, whether it's subject-based, compositional. I've always been one to try to increase the ante, right? To up the ante, where, you know, would one more moment in the background make the photograph more intriguing or complex? Could I add a color element? What about the light? What about this and that? And try to layer all of these things on top of each other to make a much more intricate photograph. But now, stripping down to high contrast black and white, I'm simplifying the process and putting this limitation on myself, right? Where here in Philadelphia specifically, I find it to actually be on a day-to-day basis very banal and boring. However, by embracing the mundane and, you know, watching the patterns of the birds and the skateboarders moving by and, you know, the sort of typical character you see sitting outside, I'm finding much more interest in these simple photographs that become much more minimal and also don't rely heavily on subject or interest in the moment itself, right? Where I'm not reliant on real life being interesting. However, surprising myself with an increased probability by setting this limitation, using light and shadow, it really is pushing the boundaries of what I can do with my photography. And I find that I'm much more creatively thriving, much more prolific, and in a way, this is my goal, right? And in terms of making more pictures, new pictures each day, you know, I want it to be in this sort of simple and streamlined way that allows for creativity. And my idea is, could I live here forever? Like, could you photograph in the same place consistently for an entire lifetime and still thrive? You know, could you have that be a goal? You know, I think maybe that is a good goal to consider as a street photographer. And of course, the world is open for me to endlessly explore, but to sort of adore the bore, you know, to find something more within the mundane and to really strip down to the simplest process possible, I'm finding much more creative potential. So yeah, just some thoughts.